Okay, the French guys are really, really annoying. Just the mere fact that someone else is in a flat annoys me. Maybe I annoy them too, or we just don't fit as roommates. We're not compatible. And maybe I'm like too weak for this country because like everything is so freaking hard. It's November 20th, 2019, and I'm thinking if there's any better way in human society than social media to search for flats. Of course there are, but they don't speak English here. So if I call an agent, they don't speak English, and we cannot have a real conversation. But I really hate messages. I messaged like 15 landlords already. Well, it's a little bit excessive, but not all of them reply me, so I just have to try the luck. I think there should be a system for this. Like maybe if the tenants can register with one click, and a visiting time would show and spending, so nobody has to spend 2 hours a day on FB, on Facebook. And I don't understand why they ask me where I'm from and what do I do. Like, I know it's like a background story, like background check, but does that really matter? Like a French guy working in Siemens isn't necessarily the safer choice, is it? I'm a student, I'm our student, sounds super not reliable, but December 2nd, 2019. I visited this really cool flat, but they want me to take it right away, like tomorrow. But I don't know who lived there. I didn't get to see the roommate who's still there. That feels weird, because I should meet the future roommate before I decide, because I'm gonna spend a lot of time with her, but I don't see her, so that kind of freaks me out. And well, Gally says it's not the right place. I don't know if I'm too worried about the flat thing. Gally says if I ran it, I'd be disappointed. She's always kind of right, but I just cannot see what's wrong with that flat. But she says it's either the air or the roommate. So it's kind of funny. And what should I tell those people that I don't know, I don't want to rent a house because I mean it's perfect, but my psyche friend thinks it's bad. It's kind of embarrassing, but anyway, I trust Gally. But I cannot move in tomorrow for sure. I cannot pay double rent. December 15th, 2019. So, this guy smokes weed in a room that I'm supposed to rent and asked me to show him how to cook rice. Like, what the fuck? It's so weird. And he insisted that I stay and have a chat with him and play guitar. I have no idea because I'm not his friend. I'm just visiting the flat to see if I want to rent it. And why did I don't even know why I spent half an hour there. It's already like 10 p.m. I should have just left, but it was really so weird. I was kind of curious, wanted to just see how it goes and how long he can play guitar and whatever. But maybe it's because it's at Ipe Pavlova, so it's kind of cool. It's a good location, so I was not really considering. But well, I don't marah that I'm not visiting more flats alone because it's too weird and too tiring. I just want to find something together with her so that I can at least control one factor of the flat, that I'm gonna have a great roommate with Mara. If Mara's gonna be my roommate, I think I would be able to, like, we can deal with problems together. December 17th, 2019. This is the perfect flat. Please God, just give it to me. January 19, 2020. Feels like all the good flats are rented out during Christmas or before. And I got really mad. Those two girls just agreed that they would rent to us, and they suddenly just freaking disappeared. It was a nice flat. And it's very hard. I'm very, very tired. Mara's getting more nervous on a flat thing because I don't know if we should just split and find things separately because it might be easier. I don't want to make her wait to find places with me and eventually we don't find anything and she will be homeless and it's terrible. I just don't know what to do. January 22nd, 2020. Today is so freaking fun. This flat is so weird that Mara can't stop laughing during the whole visit. It has a strange thing that is like a lighthouse, but also like I don't even know what it is. It's like a strange attic space with like 4 windows, like a tower or whatever. And it's kind of cool, but it's very pricey. It's not so pricey, but it's a little bit too expensive. And there are so many stairs in a house that I think one day someone's just gonna like fall off, have an accident. And it's not very good for a group of friends because the space is very divided by the floors, stairs, and then corners. And there's just one common space, but you have to like climb to go there and no place to hang out. But it looks fun, like those kind of creepy old house in a horror movie. I like it a lot, but probably don't want to live there. There's a line of old decaying houses just in view from the window. It was very beautiful. January 24th, 2020. This one is old and classy, I would say. The family lives upstairs. And it's kind of shady. They look weird. I would say they look and speak like Russian mafia in movies. I don't know which movie, I just have this impression. And there are so many guys showing us the flat. I don't know, I don't think we need so many people to explain things to us. Anyway, there's only one person who knows what's going on. And the light system is broken, so we explored the small flat with torches. And it's really detective style, it's really fun. And I like the carpets and the overly decorated wooden chairs, but the whole flat smells like wheat and dirty clothes. Maybe we can fix that, but we both know it's not the right place. There's no bathtub. And I need bathtub. Well, not necessary, but I need it. But it's like, if it's a perfect space without bathtub, okay. But if it's like somewhat weird space and without bathtub, then definitely no. January 25th, 2020. Another boring flat that has people in a waiting line, has many people in the waiting line, and pricey. It's almost the end of Mara's current contract and we don't have time, and just please let me get what I want. January 29, 2020. Maybe I don't move. I stay here till June and stay sane. But I hate staying at home. I need a safe spot, otherwise I cannot focus. January 30, 2020. This is fate. Okay, Mara rented a place and happily told me that there is a tenant moving out. And when I go check the place, I have this weird feeling that I've been here before, and it's the first flat I've visited in December. The one that Gally told me not to rent. It's so freaking creepy. This time I don't feel well. I don't like the space anymore. I asked Gally again, she says the same thing, that I'll be disappointed. But if I rent this room, I can live with Mara. It's nice to live with friends, but I don't feel right. But I shouldn't be too skeptic. I don't know what to believe. Maybe I'm just too tired of searching and comparing. Well, I just stare at flat photos so much that I dream about flats every night. I dreamed yesterday that I'm fixing floors of a flat and it's never ending. January 31st, 2020. Landlady's house is so strange. She's rich for sure, it's like an exhibition space. She has a bathtub by the bed. By the bed. That's too strange. Like from a movie. And she has some sort of projections on a white wall. Really like an exhibition. And the bed stand looks very cubist. Like not a normal bed stand. A designer product. There's no sofa in the living room. And the kitchen table are made of glass and iron. And she said she used to be a movie maker. And she understands it's hard for foreigners to live here because she's British. And there's something about her that's weird. I thought I'd get a receipt or something like a temporary contract after I paid the deposit, but she just wrote something on it like a sticky note. But it should be fine. I don't know. I should just keep it and see. Supposedly I shouldn't be worried about that. She looks tired, and she told me she's just out of surgery. She had a major operation. I don't know what, but well, maybe she just needs to rest, and I always bothering her, but I don't really feel sure about this flat. I went to see another flat. I know I'm just not sure about the flat from the British woman. Something doesn't feel right. Anyway, the other flat is actually quite cool. I like the old-fashioned building. It has tile floor and the staircases are super spacious, and I really like it that way. The room itself is also very big. It has tall windows. It's very nice, and the price is very decent for the location. And something very special for me is the elevator. It looks old, and for it to work I need to put a magnetic thing on another magnetic thing. It's like not a sensor, it's not an electronic thing. I don't know what it is, and I've never seen this kind of mechanism before. I want to know how it works. And the landlord used to be a painter. He knows Branislava and Sadia, which is what a coincidence, and it's interesting. And I'm gonna call him Vladimir the painter. And his ex-wife deals with the renting stuff. She's a little bit weird, sometimes friendly and sometimes impatient. But Vladimir seems like a very nice guy. He's genuine. And there's another Spanish guy who lives there, and he looks super chill. And he has a dog named Blues. And Blues likes me. They say I cannot say goodbye when I leave the house, otherwise Blues would feel sad and freak out and think I'm never coming back. So he would like try to go out from the door, so we'll leave scratches anyway. So I cannot say goodbye. He followed me to the door, and I think I'm renting the room. February 3rd, 2020. Okay. Fuck. Landlord's ex-wife called. They got kicked out. Some tenants saw me and thought I'm Vietnamese and don't want me there. It's all very complicated. I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck happened. She says there's this retired cop who saw her changing the lock and thinks it's suspicious, so he called the police. Police came, and other people start saying there is a mysterious Vietnamese girl who has access to the elevator, and it is a threat to everyone because she's a stranger. And I don't believe this. Vladimir didn't tell landlords, well, he didn't tell the owner that he's been subletting, so he got kicked out. But it's strange because Vladimir, he had been renting to European people for some time, and I'm the first I'm the first Asian, and now they freak out. I think just because I look different, so it becomes very concrete for them that people they don't know are living in this flat, and I don't know why that cannot happen. And what makes me sad is that Blues also got kicked out. It's such a mess. I'm so stupid. I was so happy. And how can I be so stupid? Why did I tell Eric that I'm moving out in a week? No, I definitely have to find something in a week. If I don't find anything in 3 months, how can I find something in a week? I called Arnis and cried, and then called Xintong for advice. I realized I have this mechanism when I had things happening, like bad things happening. I call someone emotionally available first to cry and calm down, and then ask someone smart for advice and for some jokes. And Arnis, his voice is very gentle, and he's very open. I'm glad that I can call him when I feel so fragile. I have to stop being stupid and start making right choices, or I'll be homeless. February 4th, 2020. I'll go stay with Arnis before I find a place. Hope I can find peace there. Maybe I would go to Berlin before school starts to see my friend. Haven't seen her in a year, really miss her. But I don't know if I should travel now. I'm kind of unstable. She says I can live with her friends when I'm in Berlin. But the problem is I don't know them. Would I feel safe there? But it's just 4 days. 4 days should be okay. And I need to save money. I cannot afford Airbnb. That British witch didn't give me my deposit back. She's freaking rich. She has a bathtub beside her bed. I don't know why people are so difficult, and why am I so stupid? February 6th, 2020. I shouldn't have stayed here. I broke one jar of honey. Actually, the jar of honey just fell on the glass, and the glass shattered like paste, like powder. I've never seen a glass broke like that. And the movie screen they installed in their house fell on my head for no reason. It just fell. Something is wrong. I don't feel safe anywhere. I'm in a stranger's house. They're super friendly. I feel so sorry. I just come here to wreck their house. They say it's okay, but I know they must hate me now. If I were them, I would hate me. I'm a stranger and wrecking the house. And I think that the screen, as the iron structure, is scraped off some parts of the skin from my head. But part of the skin is still attached and is curled down from my head and still has hair on it. It reminds me of this Japanese horror story I read in grammar school. But it's weird why they have so many of these horror story books at a place that is full of kids. It was really nice. I miss it. I miss childhood. Well, grammar school was terrible, but I always loved the book. I always hide at a corner and reading horror stories. It was the best time. I remember so well how the story describes the woman whose hair is pulled off by the dead wife's lace handkerchief. I think the story was like this man, he's dating the other young woman, but his wife had cancer and died. But somehow his wife is making a lace handkerchief and she'd never get to finish it, but just left somewhere at home. So when the wife is dead and this man, he takes the new woman into the house. The handkerchief somehow attack the young woman, grabs her hair and pulled. And the skin on her scalp curled and touched her eyes. And now I see how the skin can curl down on my head, on a human's head. It's weird. It doesn't hurt. Recently I keep having cramps. I don't sleep well, too stressed. I should just chill. February 9th, 2020. Lucia is nice. The room is nice and it's close to school. I think I'm finally gonna settle. The only problem is I don't know when they're moving out. They say end of February, but that means I need to stay at Honest longer. I don't know how long I can stay there, but I don't understand. It'll be only half a month. Should be okay, but I'm just so neurotic recently. I want to be alone, and I'm so unstable. I imagine if I could be alone, I can scream a bit and I'll be okay. And I want to be a stronger person, but maybe I'm just forcing myself. It's not happening now. And I've been eating out for a while and really miss cooking for myself. I had this dream that I'm moving to a new house. It's huge and I'm one of the tenants. And it's full of dinosaur skeletons, like a natural history museum. And I really, really loved the dinosaurs. I want to live with the dinosaurs. I was really happy in the dream. But there's an American family there and they say I'm in the wrong house. And like an agent takes me to another house when I woke up. February 10th, 2020. I had a panic attack in the middle of the night. It's actually funny. I booked an Airbnb studio and went out of Arne's place with my bag. I needed to be alone. I can't panic attack at my friend's place and make trouble. I need a place to be alone to scream or something, just to have a proper panic attack. And I forgot there was a gate at the stairs. And it cannot be opened without the key. So it's between the door and the front door. I mean the door of Arne's house and the front door, and I'm trapped between the two doors. So I'm trapped at the staircase. I cannot go out of the front door. I cannot go back to Arne's place. So I ring the bell, but I think he fell asleep. He didn't answer. And I call Egle. I call Gabriele. And after an hour, I know I cannot sleep at the stairs. I was like, they were trying to help me, but Arnes just wouldn't pick up his phone. So I started banging the door, like really punching the door. I think the whole building heard it. And he finally woke up. I think I scared him. I feel sorry. He opened the door for me and hugged me. I run to Airbnb and then I'm alone. I cry and sleep. And I still don't understand what is wrong with me. February 11th, 2020. I started moving things to the new place. It's good. An Uber driver is so dressed up. Well, he's an old man, so he couldn't help me move things, but I don't mind. He's interesting. He wore a tux, like he's going to performance. He said he used to be a classical guitar player who plays in National Theatre. But now he's retired and people don't appreciate art anymore. And he's glad that I study theatre. He said good to know that young people are still willing to be poor to do art. I was like, okay, I don't want to be poor, but I guess I'm gonna be. And I wonder if he always wears tux, like he's on his way to perform. When I got off, we shook hands. He held my hand with both of his hands. And he kind of reminds me of my grandpa, very gentle. I had a Skype call with new roommate Misha, and she's finishing her training to become a therapist. It's very interesting. And she makes kimchi. I wonder how therapists are like off work. Happy, happy, happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. February 13th, 2020. Kati gave me a small plant in a lychee juice can to make me feel more like home. And I will love it forever. I put it beside the window and it goes well with the old houses and the sun. First night I cannot really sleep well. It's a little bit too cold, but I can just be with the plant. I will get used to the new place. I think I still don't feel real. I need to buy a desk and a chair. Hopefully something for free. I think I can find something on Espezzale or something. Yeah, Misha really decorated the house very well. She cares about the space, I can see that. And the whole place smells good. I think that's how girls smell. It's just a little bit too cold, but I can get a secondhand small heater and it feels good to plan for a home. February 15th, 2020. Why am I freaking out again? Heater doesn't work. There's no hot water and I miss home. Misha is helping, but she keeps saying the water is warm enough. It's totally not warm enough for me. The matter is too difficult. I hate that I don't speak Czech. I have to rely on her to talk to the landlord to fix heater and a water boiler, and the water boiler is super old. I think we deserve a new one. I think I just really miss my tropical island that is super hot. Now it's just really cold in the house, and I can feel that Misha doesn't want to talk to the landlord because she loves the house so much and she doesn't want to be kicked out. And I understand, but why is she not cold? And I just cry for no reason. I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm such a princess. I will pay for a new water boiler, I don't care. February 17, 2020. Misha's ex-boyfriend is visiting. They broke up half a year ago and agreed to talk it through around this time. It's very mature. It's like a therapist power, I guess. She's pretty preoccupied with that, and I understand. After all, it's like a huge thing in her life. If I were her, I wouldn't also forget about the other things. But when is she gonna talk with landlord? I did a mind map today for my project. I feel better after that, and I cooked. But I really need a host. No, but I really need a hot shower, or I'm gonna go crazy. February 19th, 2020. Nothing's been fixed. It's so cold. I'm sneezing a lot. It's so cold. Why so cold? And what am I doing here? I'm super stupid and it's all my fault. Why didn't I check the hot water before I rent? What is wrong with me? Why do I make so many wrong decisions? And I'm just gonna call somebody to fix the heater, but Misha said landlord lives upstairs and he'd be pissed off if someone come in without notice, even if we pay for the fixing. But she really thinks we can buy some equipment and fix it by ourselves. But I need hot water like right now. And I really miss home. I cannot sleep. She says she's trying to contact landlord and we'll see what happens, but it's been days. What takes her so long? But what can I do? I need a warm place, really. I don't want to wear a coat at home. It's ridiculous, and I'm doing what I'm doing here anyway. For half of the semester, I'm looking for flats. and I should be focusing on school, on what I want to do, but I just can't fully be there without a safe place to go back to. I don't feel safe anywhere. School is like a sanctuary now. It's warm and feeds me knowledge and whatever, and keeps me distracted. February 20th, 2020. It's really too cold. I took a hot shower at Mara's house, and I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe I should just go back. I should just go back to my warm, semi-tropical island. And I'm tired. I disappoint myself and I cannot fix things. February 22nd, 2020. So cold. February 23rd, 2020. I don't know if I should move again. I went to see the studio. It's a good price and the owner is super nice. I told her everything that happened before, and she assured me that she will tell everyone in the building that I'm from Taiwan and I'm gonna live here and no one kicks me out. And we tried the hot water and temperatures. It's good. And we tried together. She's kinda nice. And she speaks English very well. And she's friendly and calm, practical. I like that. Pavla, her name. Should I move again? Is that too crazy? Am I like overreacting? Maybe I can fix the heating and water boiler. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm making stupid choices again. What if I move there and something's wrong? Do I move again? I think I'm so fragile. Now I cannot think. How do I tell Misha? But it's too cold. It's very cold. So I'm afraid I'm gonna do something stupid again, but I might just move. February 24th, 2020. I told Pavla that I will reply her today, but I didn't. I cannot decide. Why can't I decide? Agla says it's obvious, just run. Run as fast as I can from the cold place. And they can help me move, so I don't have to carry everything by myself. They will regret it. It's like at 6th floor without elevator. I'll buy them beer after the moving. And no way I'm gonna move alone again. I'll die. I have a pack of like 2 kilo rice. Like shit, but I have to take it. February 25th, 2020. I'm gonna move. February 26th, 2020. There's hot water. I cried in the shower the moment the water turns super hot, so I don't need a therapist. I just need hot water. I all the time I thought I'm like crazy, but I just need to take a hot shower and everything is okay. I function because I feel warm. Because I have hot water, so I function. That it's as simple as it is. I was like singing and crying in a shower. It was really like so crazy. And Pavla and her husband carried a new desk up 6th floor just for me. And they helped me with the luggage. They're so nice. And her husband is like a happy person. They're happy people, I guess. He says there's some COVID cases from the hospital near here and left. I mean, only happy people can laugh to that. And he laughs every time I'm too short for the closet and the window and everything. I slept so well here. It's right. It's really right. I think I like being alone more than I thought. I almost feel like all the pieces of my soul came back. I am here. And I'm here. I'm ready. I feel so peaceful here. I hear every sound in the house and I love the sounds. I breathe better here. I can think clearly. I can think. I can actually think. I am here. March 1st is my first weekend here, and being alone is a strange thing. I feel very awake and focused. I sleep well. I wake up early. I don't feel very tired. I cook for myself. I put on music. I watch a movie. I do laundry, and I love doing laundry so much. I sing in the shower and anywhere. I talk to myself a lot, actually. I work and think with clarity. I feel very, very charged. And I look forward to see people because I have this long period of a long time to just be with myself. I used to live alone and I forgot how much I like it. I hear so much sounds here. Water boiler, pipes, heater, birds, wind, footsteps, light bulb. Like a lot of sounds. The inside of me feels completely calm. I've never felt so calm in my life. I'm not sure why, but this is the right space. I feel safe here. I think it's the first ever place that I actually feel safe in Prague. I trust myself on focusing. I trust myself on being well. Not necessarily stable, but I can be okay here. It's hard enough for me to be okay. It's hard. But I'm okay now. I feel okay now. March 10th. School is cancelled. We met at 4:06 and everyone is kind of shocked in different ways, on different levels. I think if we all stay connected, it should be okay. We can still do rehearsals and see each other. I can finally read books I didn't read. I don't mind staying at my flat more. March 13th. Today we just kind of stayed together all day and wonder if we should go back. The borders are closing, so we need to decide like right now. And I lied on top of everyone because it's comfy. And if everyone is leaving, I might leave too, but if I go back, I have to live with Mom. I already see her house that is full of things. I don't have space to work or to think or to be alone. I think it would be the worst place for me. But today my sister asked me, like, what if I really get the virus? Where I would rather be. And of course that would be Taiwan because I have health insurance and nice people. In the hospital. But if I get it here, I don't think I can trust the system because I don't know the system. But if I go back, I will be living with Mom, and that's impossible. But maybe I can take this as a chance to mend things with her. Maybe it will get worse, I don't know, who knows. But Gabriele freaked out. It's the first time I see him freaking out. He says if I'm in Taiwan, he'd be much better because if something happens, I'll be safe there. I'm in my own country and I have friends and family, but he cannot do anything if I'm in Prague and something bad happened because he's trapped in Norway and he can't even go back to Italy to see his parents. Nothing is safe and I worry about them. I miss him. We're supposed to meet in April. If I go back, he will feel better. Everyone is telling me to go back, but I want to stay. But I also don't trust my immune system. Like, I don't know what to do. There's only few flights and policies changing every day. I cannot deal with all the information. It's too much information. I'll just get a flight like everyone else. Like a just in case flight. Doesn't mean I have to go back. Egla is staying because I think she's fine with the situation. And she also says that I should stay because I obviously want to stay. And I just found a nice flat. And Valtteri says if he were me, he wouldn't go back because he values personal space. They're right. But I don't know what's the best for me. What if the situation goes really bad? I don't know what's gonna happen. We have foreigners here. And we have this very strong system together. But what if one of us got infected and we cannot meet? And we are the only support system for each other. Gabriele's 2 colleagues got infected. Now the whole office are under quarantine. And he's really freaking out. Because he's in solitude. If same happens to me, would I freak out too? Don't freak out. Don't freak out. March 15. I know I should go back, assuming the worst situation is better to be in Taiwan. I lay on the ground and cried all day. My flight got cancelled this morning. And I felt so happy that I don't have to go today. But I have to go tomorrow. But I don't want to go. I was just crying on the floor and it really feels nice. I like the floor. I took time to clean the whole flat. I really don't know what to do emotionally. Can I, maybe I can regret last minute? Is it irresponsible to stay, or I would make everyone worried and I would fear every time I catch a small cold, which is often. I always catch cold. And this time I wouldn't be able to tell if it's the virus or I'm just weak in general. I don't know. But I already decided I should go back. Have I? Am I just being paranoid? Maybe it's okay to stay? Am I paranoid? March 20th. I shouldn't have come back. I cannot think, I cannot eat, I cannot do anything. I miss my flat. I miss personal space. It's so noisy here. It's not just that I come back. Something is terribly wrong. Why didn't I think straight? I moved from one place to another the whole fucking year and finally settled. How can I expect myself to move again? I broke something, I know. I broke the trust between me and myself. I know I wanted to stay, but I didn't. I know. I knew at the time that I wanted to stay, but I didn't. I betrayed myself. I'm still paying rent. I cannot go back, but I cannot go back to my sanctuary. I cannot go back to my flat. I don't function. I don't function it. I function only for 1 month. I just tried so hard not to crumble, to just find a safe place. Now that I found it and I left it. And what is wrong with me? This is the worst decision of my life. I really miss my flat.